There are many unique rides and attractions at the Alton Towers Resort, and one of those is a spectacular, fast-launching, adrenaline-pumping roller coaster called Rita. This coaster launches from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just over 2 seconds and has various swooping turns and airtime hills, swooping turns and airtime hills, swooping turn. This ride packs a punch, but it's not the longest or most unique roller coaster in the world because it opened back in 2005 during the Intamin hydraulic accelerator era. So technically now the launch is quite unique, but nothing else. But with technology on roller coasters coming so far and manufacturers doing such crazy and stupid things, I want to take Rita and give it a different, more advanced layout. A new generation Rita with a triple launch, a vertical spike, backwards and forwards launches as well. Yeah, we're about to change this thing for the better. So be sure to watch till the end so you don't miss the final product of Rita 2.0. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already, and be sure to check out the merch that I have just released for pre-order. Pre-order now, link in the description. So then, if you're wondering how on earth we are going to turn Rita into this monstrosity, we're of course not going to go to the park and rip it out ourselves, sadly. We're going to be using Planet Coaster 2. And as you can see, we are here on 13. No Rita yet, and right now we're going to build a very basic, shoddy layout of Rita just to get the sort of gist of what we're going to create around it. And technically this acts as a little bit of practice making Rita because, well, I might need it for a future project. But here we go, I'm trying to build it here. I've already messed it up. You know that famous part of Rita where you sort of bash into the other piece of track you've just ridden on? The ending of the ride. Yeah, that is very far from reality. But it doesn't matter, as long as it makes it round fine, it should be good to go. Oh my god, that's way too fast. Well, at least it made it round. And there we go, that is my very quick version of Rita, just to give us a basis of what we're looking at here. Of course, that 60-mile-an-hour launch to begin with, and then these twists and turns that just keep going round and round, and then slowly losing speed. A bit of a generic layout, but it won't be like that for much longer. Because I'm sort of thinking, why not have the layout of this new generation one we're doing also go a little bit more into the forest with 13? What's stopping us from doing that? Nothing, so I'm going to do it. So we're going to place the station for our new generation Rita right here. The reason we're not placing it in the same place is because we're going to use a transfer track. As you can see right underneath that track piece there, it's a bit hard to see, but you will basically come in from the station this way, park up over here and go into an LSM launch forwards as this switches round so you can launch backwards. So yeah, once it goes into there, we're going to have it launch a little bit forwards, and then I'm tempted to actually throw it down into a bit of an airtime moment just so we can get a little bit more height on this thing, because don't forget Alton Towers does have the tree height limit sort of restriction, so we're gonna have to work around that. We can't just go, yeah! Even if that's not the most thrilling thing in the world, the more thrilling part of a triple launch is actually just going backwards and then going back forwards again. So I think that'll work either way. But now the other issue we have is going backwards, because again, we can't just send it up into the stratosphere. Just have to work out something that wouldn't kill the riders going backwards. What if I do like that? And then have it sort of spiral at a 45-degree angle up? Because there is actually a coaster that does that in the world. And as you can see, I know it looks quite tall and it's about 70 feet, but we're going via the 13 recreation. So wherever that is, we need to try and stay a little bit underneath it. And I think we've done that just fine. And measuring off the top of 13's lift, we can actually go a little bit higher here. So yeah, if we have a look at this so far, what are we saying? So it's going to launch. Obviously, the launch will be less sort of forceful than before, and it probably won't be as good. But you've got that rolling back sensation. And this might have to one day happen to Rita because, well, hydraulic launches are dying. And then we go backwards. This bit will be quite cool, the little airtime pop on the back. There you go. Rolling up. Oh, how did that not fly off the edge? And then launch all the way through. Quite a bit of speed now. Into the outer bank. You know what? That's actually quite nice. Yeah, let's keep going. So yeah, we've got it coming round there now into like some nice little cutback type element, and I'm tempted, like I said, to make this entire bit just a circle of it going back and forth doing different elements, but make it a little bit more interesting than just a circle. I hereby present the square. We've added a couple of wave turns and everything now, so as you can see, it comes around here, nice little cutback like I said before, and then it does like a wave outer banking there, and then we're going to have a wave inwards here. Quite nice. That'll pop you out your seat, and then a big airtime hill, hopefully. I say hopefully, but I know I've built it. I just want it to hopefully give big airtime. I keep forgetting which track is which, so when I'm thinking about like, oh, I need to send the coaster over here, I'm thinking, how am I going to get it round this bit? We ain't using that bit. There's lots of Intamins nowadays that love doing that sort of bunny hill like stuff towards the end or towards the next launch, so I'm going to do that now. I think that just gives it that nice little bit of airtime that we really, really want. And technically speaking, because a lot of our UK coasters don't really have a long layout, if we get rid of the old Rita right there, you can see I've actually put in a brake run for now, because realistically, this is the most they would do. A triple swing launch with all these elements around here. As you can see, it stays under the tree line, same height as 13, and also manages to stay roughly where Rita is, and ends pretty nicely as well. But yeah, UK coasters are never that long. So technically speaking, this is Rita 1.5, because we are going to go and make a 2.0 and send it a little bit into the forest just to see what we can do there. And here we go then, let's POV it for you. As you can see right here, we've got the audio on, you can hear the noises. And we're going to make it launch, as you can see, down that first little drop there. Not too much punch, but enough. And you think, oh, we're going to go over. No, we're not. We're rolling back like Asda. Here we go. Going all the way. Backwards launch. This airtime would be ridiculous. And then look at that. That is such a cool stall. If Towers can't do a vertical spike, that's what they need to do. And then we dip down again into that full launch over that huge overbank. Oh my god, that was fast. Oh, we're a bit unsmooth, but bear in mind, I've only smoothed it over a couple times, so it's not the final product yet. That's quite nice, I like that. Nice little wave turn type thing there. Airtime hill, nice, nice. Well, how did this come out? This is a 0G stall I tried to do. More like a corkscrew now, but oh well. Into an airtime hill, a little bit of a twisted airtime there. And then 1, 2, done. There you go. So that's Rita 1.5. Because I do feel like from this point, we could go somewhere into the 13 woods. So if we have it come down to the ground this time, instead of just a little brake run, we're going to launch it through this section here, just behind where it comes out of the backward section. 13 does, that is. And we're going to have another launch that will go right past 13. I know the whole point of 13 is that it's on its own in the forest and it's a very cool theme, but at the moment, I don't care. I feel like now I've changed my challenge and I'm just starting to make 13, but dueling with Rita. And now it's literally all about trying to find a way for this ride to end. I mean, literally, that is supposed to be the offload platform in the station, which I actually can put in. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. And I'm trying to join them up, but I can't really see because there's loads of trees in the way. Let's get rid of these. And there is the full Rita 2.0 layout. As you can see, it has that backwards and forwards launches into the sort of like spike and the outer bank. All of the malarkey that happens over there. And then, of course, this second section where it stops, apparently. And yeah, it launches straight through into the second section by 13, where it literally almost duels, depending on when 13 dispatches. And has a few elements over here that are just like a couple like fast turns and inversions. Some nice like S-curves there into a huge airtime hill. Oh, look at the dueling on that. Crazy. And then like a little bit of a dive towards the ground into one final airtime hill. and into the tree. We're about to POV it, but I genuinely think the Rita 1.5 version might be better, purely because, like I said, that is more of an unrealistic version, showing you what it could be if they somehow had an insane budget and went all the way around 13. But I think the Rita 1.5 actually worked quite well, but we'll POV it again regardless. As you can see, we're going into that swing launch. Once again, I have smoothed it out slightly, well, a little bit more. So hopefully it's looking a bit better, as you can see. No, we don't make it. The reverse launch into the spike. Look at that. That is so cool. That might be my favorite part. Seems like there's been a collision in the station as we go into the full launch and into the rest of the layout. I think the highlights might actually be this inversion right there. There you go. That's so much smoother than it was before. And also this airtime hill. Not this one, but I think the next one is pretty sustained. This one right here coming up. Bam, look at that. That's probably quite a lot of airtime. And then these little hills towards the end are pretty good. But it's not the end on this version because we've gone unrealistic and gone into the second launch. Here we go. The second launch, the fourth launch, sorry, the second section. All that is weird profiling, but it's kind of a cool element. Working with what we've got with the height requirement. And you go up into that. That's a pretty cool element as well. It's a bit of a stall there. Some S-curves. Big pop of airtime into a nice little dive down. Stalling a little bit on that. That was weird. And then an airtime hill, like so. Would you like to see Rita transformed into Rita 1.5 or 2.0? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future videos like this. And make sure you go and pre-order some merch from my store. Link in the description.